Hey everybody, Bonez here, Bonez Garage, just bringing you update what's going on at the garage. So, 1969 Chevelle SS with the 4-speed, the 396 big block. Well, it was running pretty good. It had a little bit of a hiccup at idle, and a lot of times when you would push on the gas pedal, it would have a weird hiccup to it. Talked to the owner, went for a ride with him. Everything seemed okay, so we said, let's just drive it and see what happens. We took her out on the highway, and while I was on the highway, I got on it, opened up the secondaries to make sure that the carburetor was working well, and passed somebody. And when I did, all of a sudden, she started running really bad, backfiring, spitting. We pulled over, towed the car back to the shop. I immediately knew exactly what happened, but we'll go into that in a bit. So got her back to the shop. First thing we did, pull all the plugs. All the plugs looked good. Didn't look like anything inside the motor came actually loose, hit any of the plugs, destroyed the inside of the motor. Not a problem. Went ahead, did a compression test. Went to the first cylinder, looked good. Went to the second cylinder, about 30 pounds of compression. Went to the third cylinder, looked good. Went to the fourth cylinder, about the same, 30, 40 pounds of pressure. That's when we stopped and I knew exactly what was wrong. The valves actually hit the piston. So we pulled the heads off, told the customer what happened, and he said he has a machine shop, bring it there. So he gave me the address, I brought it over there. While I was there, he pulled everything, started pulling everything apart, looking at them. The heads were pretty beat up. They were old. They had a bunch of holes that the threads were all pulled out, and we needed to Healy coil. There was cracks in the head. There was a bunch of problems with the head, both of them. So he started pulling it apart. When he went to pop the springs off, he noticed that it was really easy at first to push down on the springs. So he grabbed the springs, grabbed the shims, put them in the spring compression tester to see how much pressure is on the spring. Well, we found out there was almost none at rest. When the valve was closed, there was almost none. So when we got to the higher RPM, what was happening is as the valve was closing, it was bouncing off the seat and bouncing back down into the cylinder. The piston came up and hit that valve, and it hit a number of them while I was on the pedal. So yeah, whoever put those heads together did not have the correct amount of shims to have the correct seat and spring pressure to hold the valves in the seats of the valves on the head, so this way they wouldn't bounce and pop back down. And you can see right on that piston, see right there? That's where one of the valves hit the piston. It just touched it. That's all it has to do. And there's another one right there. You can see again, just touched the piston. But again, that's all it has to do, is just touch the piston. So he didn't have the correct springs on here. They didn't have the correct amount of shims for the springs. And yeah, it was a sucky moment. But what are you gonna do? This is part of doing this. So we talked with the customer. He told us, that's how we bought the car. That's how it was. He got it that way. We had no idea it was that way. And it was either going to happen to me or it was going to happen to him. So we went ahead, got the heads all done, and we're just getting them back. We're putting some paint on them now, and I'll bring you back when we have the heads all ready to be looked at. Alrighty, guys. I will keep you up to date as we go. Have fun. Okay, bye.